Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail Karmalim bringing you the Salesian news across the globe. From Sunday, June 27 to Saturday, July 3rd, the Rector Major Don Angel Fernandez Artime and the other members of the General Council experienced a week of spiritual exercises in the monastic community of Vallombrosa in the province of Florence. The reflections inspired by the Gospel passage, "If anyone comes after me," Mark chapter 8 verse 34, Matthew chapter 16 verse 24, Luke chapter 9 verse 23 were led by the Salesian Biblicist Don Juan Jose Bartolome and highlighted gratuitousness and radicality as typical traits of those who want to follow Jesus. Our desire for conversion is renewed in the monthly retreat and spiritual exercises of each year. These are times of spiritual recovery that Don Bosco considered as the fundamental part and synthesis of all practices of piety. These moments of grace give back to a deep spirit unity in the Lord Jesus and keep alive the expectation of His return, reads Article 19 of the Salesian Constitution. Don Bosco Anbulam DBAI is an active child rights organization started by the Salesians of Don Bosco in 1985 in Chennai in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. Inspired by the charisma of Don Bosco, it offers stable assistance to about 120 children and minors in street conditions and workers through 3 reception homes for children, 2 for boys and 1 for girls. From October 2020 to March 2021, DBAI received constant support from Salesian Missions, the Salesian Missionary Prosecutive's Office in New Rochelle, USA. Thanks to this funding and despite the difficulties imposed by the context of the pandemic, the managers of the DBAI were able to organize various activities and the minors welcomed in the facilities were able to continue to grow, learn and have fun in a healthy way. The Association of Damas Salesianas ADS of Cochabamba, Bolivia, in collaboration with other volunteers inspired by the Catholic faith, has launched a campaign to collect the tools necessary for the containment of COVID-19, such as oximeters, nebulizers and thermometers. Our goal is to help as many people as possible, explained Silvia Padilla de Porro, Vice President of the ADS in Bolivia. The initiative was born thanks to the contact between the National Council of ADS and Sister Asunt Morio, who work with COVID-19 patients. So the ADS decided to commit to serving people going through moments of fear, pain and anguish because of this disease. The Solidarity campaign consists in receiving donations of nebulizers, oximeters or even cash to buy medical and health instruments and devices with which to then help those affected by the coronavirus and prevent the spread of other infections. In recent weeks, Father Ricardo Carlos BCG, Inspector and Chancellor of the Uni Salesiano, has visited Aracatuba. It was a canonical visit to the Salesian presences of the city. In addition to the Uni Salesiano, he visited the Salesian school, Dom Luis Lazagna, and the parish dedicated to St. Francis and St. Clare. Don Carlos also participated in the inauguration of the new Specialist Center of Health Auxilium. Finally, Don Carlos said that the visit was particularly positive and underlined the need to use creativity and flexibility to carry on the work of evangelization and education entrusted to the Salesians. Last June 29, the Salesian Sean Claude was ordained a priest in Goma for the laying on of hands and the consecration prayer of Monsignor Willie Numbi Ngengele, Bishop of Goma. The day after ordination, Father Sean Claude celebrated his first Mass, during which he also administered the sacrament of baptism to 3 children and blessed a couple who were celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. During the month of June, the Handmaidens of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, SIHM, distributed more than 500 packages of food and drink to those most affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Poor, unemployed, migrants and the sick in many villages in Ratchaburi province have benefited from donation. The activities led by Sister Agnes Vilaiwant Yon Palatior, former Mother General of SIHM, were possible thanks to the involvement of many volunteers. from 30th June to 2nd July at the Salesian Institute San Tarcisio in Rome, the meeting of trainers from Italy, Middle East took place to address the theme of the renewal of the text of the Ratio Fundamentalis of Salesians by Don Bosco. The meeting, promoted by the Dicastery of Formation of the Salesian Congregation and coordinated by the National Training Office, was attended by 35 people, 29 in presence and 6 online, including provincial vicars and directors of training houses, together with some members of the respective teams. The reflection was coordinated by Don Erino Leoni, head of the National Office, and by Don Francisco Santos and Don Silvio Rogia, members of the Dicastery of Training. Work has been done with a view to renewing Salesian training in line with the wishes of GC28 and with what Rector Maggiore himself has indicated for the next 6 years. There have been many insights into the subject and many resonances and comments on the elements to be amended, deleted and introduced into the legislative text. In addition to this reflection, there were moments of fraternity and sharing. When we talk about the foundation of Don Bosco's alumni, there is a figure of undoubted importance that deserves to be duly known and deepened. That of Carlo Gastini, one of the first young people raised in Valdocco by the Saint of Youth. Due to the recent 150th anniversary of the symbolic birth of the alumni, 1870, 24 June to 2020, a biography was made about his figure. The text, published in Spanish, is entitled Carlo Gastini, El Poeta de Valdocco. In this ancient photograph dating back to 1911, a moment of celebration is immortalized on the occasion of the first 25 years of the Sacred Heart of Jesus High School in Sao Paulo. As you can see, a large group of faithful are gathered to celebrate this significant date together. The photograph is part of the vast virtual collection of the MOSB, the Museum of Salesian Work of Brazil, which can also be visited through Google Arts and Culture. The Unconditional and Daring Community Intervention Program by Don Bosco Unbulam DBAI in the wake of the debilitating pandemic situation, who have partnered with Greater Chennai Corporation GCC, has brought laurel to the organization. The Greater Chennai Corporation has awarded a certificate of appreciation for its support in addressing health emergencies. Don Bosco Unbulam, the Social Service Wing of the Salesian Province of Chennai, represented by Father Joseph Leo, signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the GCC. Following the Memorandum of Understanding, the corporation allocated 5 zones, namely Tangal, Tondiarpet, Triplicane, Kodambakam and Sholingalanur, covering a wide range of the population in each zone. A total of 25,000 households with more than 1 lakh headcount was under the supervision of DBAI. A 100-day program with a team of 192 outreach workers in 10 divisions carried out the mission. So viewers, with that we have come to the end of today's edition. See you again tomorrow at the same time and in the same channel. Thank you for joining us.